lecturer, Madam Suraya. My name is QISTINA AFIQAH binti Muhammad AZMI. Today, my group members and I are going to present for our group report of tourism development in Malaysia for the subject ECO261 Malaysian Economics. So right now, I will begin my presentation with the introduction of tourism. Do you all know the definition of tourism? According to UNWTO, tourism can be defined as the practice of individuals who for recreation, business, and other reasons travel to and stay in the location outside their normal environment for no more than one consecutive year. Travel is a normal occurrence for people in the 21st century, but because of the lack of transport and technology, it is impossible for people to travel from place to place in the past. Next, the types of tourism. There are many types of tourism, such as firstly, cultural tourism. Cultural tourism is called the distinct feature of one culture, such as art, which make it distinguishable. Cultural tourism is primarily found in an urban world in which tourism is held at the very heart of major cities and their cultural sites. Cultural tourism has also been defined as a type of tourism in a given country or region concerned with the lifestyle of the people. This second concept is consistent with the events in which people participate, not the page. The key aspect of cultural tourism is the historical traditions that dictate the lifestyle of one culture. This form of tourism is not only confined to urban areas. Tourists often monitor the festivals of rural communities. The key reasons why cultural tourism has been deemed to be urban-oriented are the museums and theatres in so many countries. Secondly, ecotourism. According to the International Ecotourism Society, responsible travel to natural areas that preserve the environment, maintain the well-being of local people, and involve interpretation and education can be defined as ecotourism. Through an international network of individuals, institutions, and the tourism industry, where tourists and tourism professionals are trained on ecological issues, travel can be created. Ecotourism is about conservation, communities, and sustainable travel being united. This means that the following ecotourism principles should be adopted by those who are implementing, participating, and marketing ecotourism activities, such as minimize physical, social, psychological, and behavioral effects, build awareness of the environment and culture, and respect, and providing both visitors and hosts with positive experience. And thirdly, medical tourism. For the purpose of obtaining medical treatment, medical tourism can be described as the process of traveling outside the country of residence. The increase in the popularity of medical tourism has drawn the attention of politicians, scientists, and the media. The comparatively low cost of care in less developed countries, the availability of cheap flights, and improved marketing and online customer awareness about the availability of medical services are primarily driving this move. What really puts the term of tourism is in the concept of medical tourism is that after the medical treatment, individuals always live abroad. Through sightseeing, taking day trips, or engaging in some other conventional tourism events, travelers may thus take advantage of their stay.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is IZZATI binti Muhammad. Today I will present about roles and strategy in tourism. Firstly is contribution to economic growth. The direct contribution of tourism to GDP reflects the total spending linked to visitor and tourism characteristic sectors such as hotel, airlines, airports, travel agent and leisure, and recreation service. For example, foreign exchange in our country through tourist activity can increase gross domestic product in Malaysia. Foreign tourists whose spend will be taxed by the government if they come to Malaysia. Secondly is growth in other related business. Business in Malaysia also help to improve the country economic. Indirectly, this also explains about involvement in the local economy and opening up job opportunities. Accommodation, transportation, food and beverages, tour guides are something that foreign tourists really need when they come to Malaysia. Foreign tourists are given the option to stay in 5-star hotel, resort, or stay in packages such as ecotourism, which allow foreign tourists to stay in the village house and learn the way of life of the community, including how to dress, traditional foods, and so on. Local in the tourist area can also take this opportunity to generate income. For example, they can build a homestay to attract tourism. Thirdly, tourism is also able to attract foreign investors. The presence of many foreign investors has been successfully attracted by tourism activity to invest in the country. Foreign investors who invest in Malaysia are not only tourist related like hotel operator, but they also investing in non-transportation and construction related fields. Total capital investment was successfully withdrawn in 2016 by RM 20.6 billion and in 2017 by an increase of 8.2%. Among the way the government promotes tourism is to add infrastructure such as construction of Kuala Lumpur International Airports KLIA, which operates more than 40 international flights, improve public transportation with better roads, and improve electricity, water, and internet facilities. Expenditure to beauty tourist area that cost a lot of money can be avoided by the government from wasting the country's money. For example, as much as RM 4.5 billion had to be invested by the government and private sector to develop Langkawi Island as a world-class tourism center. National money should be spent to meet more pressing needs of the people, such as building low-cost house for the homeless. Clearly, the poor and neglected society is more secure in the well-being with the presence of many foreign investors in providing assistance to community.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Nursara binti Aznam. I am going to present for question 3A, government bodies in charge of the development of tourism in Malaysia. There were overlapping issues of travel and tourism under Malaysia Constitution, which under both federal and state government. There were an agency under the ministry that in charge of promoting tourism in Malaysia. The organisation is known as Malaysian Tourism Promotion Board, MTPB, formerly known as Malaysian Cooperation for Tourism Development, TDC. The Ministry of Culture and Tourism was created by the government. It provides an institutional basis for tourism planning, coordination and regulation. For the first time, tourism was accounted for in the context of recognized economic activity. The new Ministry of Culture, Art and Tourism, MOTAC, formulate and enforcing policies, licensing and regulation aspect of the tourism industry. Tourism Malaysia under MOTAC also partner with 11 other agencies. 1. National Archive of Malaysia. 2. National Library of Malaysia. 3. Department of Museum Malaysia. 4. Department of National Heritage of Malaysia. 5. Department for Culture and Arts of Malaysia. 6. Istana Budaya. 7. Academy of Arts, Culture and Heritage. 8. Malaysia Handicraft Development Corporation. 9. National Visual Art Development Board. 10. Islamic Tourism Centre. And the last one is Malaysia Convention and Exhibition Bureau.
Next, I will present about tourist strategy development. First strategy is 7 Malaysia plans. Tourist development activities are focused on expanding the range of activities, product and market, aimed at further contributing to foreign exchange earning and saving is the main focus of the 7 Malaysia plans. Effect to promote tourism in the international and regional commemorations have raised the image of Malaysia as an attractive tourist destination in the region. The Visit Malaysia Year 1994 program is a specialized program that has successfully attracted the international market to Malaysia. There are 170 events in the program which include various ceremonies and activity related to art, culture, handicraft, convention, national festivals, as well as sport and exhibition. Second is 8 Malaysia Plan. In the 8 Malaysia Plan, the basic of tourism policy is to achieve sustainable rapid growth. In order to produce quality and diverse tourist product, more drastic efforts have been made to stimulate international and domestic tourist demand. For tourist arrival, the rate of 6.5% per annum has indicated tourist arrival during the planning period. The number of tourists has decreased in 1970 and 1980 due to the Nipah virus epidemic and the financial crisis in Asia. However, rapid steps have been intensified to promote the tourist industry to unaffected countries such as China, India, Australia, the Middle East and Europe. As a result, tourist arrival increased in 1997 by 7.9 million compared to 1998. Next is 9th Malaysia Plan. In the 9th Malaysia Plan, a joint effort to realize the full capabilities of tourism industry to increase its contribution to the service sector in particular and the economy in general. The main focus is to evaluate Malaysia as a leading tourist destination in the global arena and promote domestic tourism. The last one is 10 Malaysia Plan. During the plan period, the goal is to evaluate Malaysia's position in global tourism to the top 10 and increase the industry support by 2.1 times and provide employment opportunity of 2 million in the tourist sector. To achieve the target of this plan, high-income tourists and earning a high share of the high-growth segment will be focused mainly from India, China, Russia, and the Middle East. For example, the creation of a focused tourism cluster is a way to enhance tourist product that will be benefit new and existing iconic tourist product such as Penang UNESCO World Heritage Site Georgetown.
The next question is 3C, growth of international tourist inflow, tourist arrival and receipt to Malaysia from 2010 to 2019. In 2019, there were 26.1 million tourist arrival in Malaysia. In Malaysia, tourism is an important industry which in 2018, it contribute to gross domestic product GDP in about 94.5 billion Malaysian ringgit. The sector also provide employment to about 3.5 million Malaysian residents and earn 86 billion Malaysian ringgit in tourism receipt. Malaysia intend to launch Visit Malaysia 2020 campaign to improve the sector with goals of attracting 30 million tourists and 100 billion Malaysian tourism receipt. But due to COVID-19, the plan was cancelled. Malaysia's Ministry of Tourism and Culture, MOTAC, receives and gathers data from various sources relating to tourism.
The next one is promotion and marketing activities in the globalization era. The Malaysia Tourism Promotion Board, or Tourism Malaysia, focuses on the specific task of promoting Malaysia at both domestic and international levels. Tourism Malaysia recommends the relevant measures and programs to the Ministry in order to stimulate the development and promotion of the Malaysian tourism industry and to assist tourists in planning unforgettable holidays in Malaysia. The tourism programs that are currently available in Malaysia are, firstly, Fabulous Food One Malaysia program. In 2009, Ministry of Tourism and Culture, Malaysia and Tourism Malaysia organised the Fabulous Food One Malaysia program to celebrate and highlight the richness of Malaysian cuisine in a 3-month food drive. Recognizing this opportunity, the Fabulous Food One Malaysia program has successfully promoted Malaysia's unique local cuisine since its inception, with a series of exciting events to titillate, engage and delight both Malaysian and tourists alike with the taste buds. In 2014, from 1 October to 31 December, this program managed to effectively draw more visitors to visit Malaysia. This event will offer Malaysian restaurants owners an opportunity to demonstrate their new ideas for fabulous food while preparing quality dishes to attract tourists. They hope to serve the best in order to please the visitors so that next time they can come again. Secondly, Langkawi International Maritime and Aerospace Exhibitions, there is Lima. Within the Asia-Pacific zone, Lima is the largest display of its kind. More than matching its remarkable list of foreign exhibitors and suppliers is the welcoming involvement of industry elites, ranging from senior government officials, military and civil delegates, industry movers and shakers, and more. Lima has been held biennially since its 1991 debut, and is an ideal forum for industry leaders to engage and develop their networks to forge new alliances and business agreements. A high-impact, high-profile case of global interest is Lima, with more than 555 exhibitors, 10 country pavilions, 371 international delegations from 49 countries, 635 accredited media representatives, and 279,000 trade visitors attending the previous edition, satisfying to the ability of Lima to generate business interest. For nearly 30 years, its enterprise project aerobatic and naval shows have captured the nation's imaginations. Thirdly, Malaysia, truly Asia. Tourism and medical tourism played a major role in national development, and the government launched its first Malaysia Truly Asia campaign as early as the 1990s. With over 7.4 million tourists visiting the country, it was a great success. The sector has continued to grow since then. More than 25 million travelers choose Malaysia for their vacation in 2018, while the majority come from Singapore. Among the top 15 countries of origin for Malaysian tourism are the UK, Australia, and the US. Today, Malaysia is ranked ninth for arrivals in the world, and the tourism sector is the country's third largest source of the foreign exchange income. And lastly, the Tour de Langkawi. It is a multi-stage bicycle race held in Malaysia. It is named after the Langkawi archipelago, where the first edition began and ended. The Tour de Langkawi tour was initiated on the basis of an idea made by Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad, the former Malaysian Prime Minister. Since 1996, the race has been held annually, primarily in February. It normally consists of 10-day-long segments over 10 days, but in recent years, it has been reduced to 8 stages. Although the route varies every year, it still includes the Genting Highlands climb, that is the hardest on the tour. The International Cycling Union (UCI) has sectioned the Tour de Langkawi as a 2-point HC road race on the UCI Asia Tour calendar. In 2020, the race will become a part of the current UCI Pro Series.
Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is FAZLINI binti Samad. So, I am going to proceed the presentation for the conclusions. Okay, as a conclusion, the tourism industry in Malaysia has been identified as a major driver in the service sector. The tourism has played a bigger role in boosting the economy during the 8 Malaysian Plan period. The overall thrust of the policy in the tourism sector is to achieve sustainable tourism growth, to realize the enormous employment potential and impact of income generation at the national, state and local level. According to the Economic Plan Unit on 2016, in the official website has stated a holistic and integrated approach that influences the innovation and energy of the private sector, good hospitality, courtesy, and civic awareness of the public, as well as to support from the government is essential to raising the tourism industry to a higher level of achievement. Tourism is a major service industry that is growing and drawing huge profits in the form of foreign exchange, as well as rising Malaysians' name in the eyes of the world. Malaysia is a beautiful and very potential tropical tourist destinations in Asia that can not only attract international tourists but also attract locals. Tourism has become a smart investment field that can drive the growth of other related industries, which all serve as a vehicle in Malaysia's development towards developed countries in this century. The potential of tourism industry as a generator of the country's new economy can only be realized if efforts to develop the tourism industry are given due emphasis. Issues such as ecotourism, environment, visas, airport facilities, environmental cleanliness, transportation system, and tourism safety all distribute positively and negatively to the numbers of tourists visit Malaysia. The success of the tourist industry does not solely depend on campaigns and promotions at home and abroad. This success also, to some extent, depends on the narrations of the experience of tourists who have visited Malaysia. Tourists who have a good experience traveling in Malaysia will certainly come back and will also tell their friends. This is the best incentive campaign and promotion. In the context of Malaysia, tourism continue to be a major sources of foreign exchange that contribute to economic growth, investment, and employment. The development of the tourism sector in Malaysia has been influenced by major changes and the potential of the tourism industry in the future, as the tourism industry is now catalyst from national income, and integrated approach is implemented in the planning and implementations of the tourism industry in a sustainable manner. The 9th Malaysia Plan shows that integrated efforts continue to drive towards realizing the potentials of tourism sector to increase contributions to the service sector in particular and the economy as a whole. The main focus will be enhanced to the country's position as a major global tourism destination, as well as a promote domestic tourism.